Years and years ago, America sang, "In the desert you can remember your name." And both of these teams, and Sparky too, are trying to remember who they are. USC and Arizona State in a bunched up Pac-12.
They're going to have their opportunity. Let's see what they can do with it.
You know, Arizona, highly ranked, beat USC the other day, but the Pac-12 tournament in a couple of months is going to be a total free-for-all, and these two teams are hoping to make a run there. As you get an early deflection, it is out of bounds off Iwachukwu.
Years in a row, that streak is very much in jeopardy right now.
Open look for three, and that goes down. The first look from three.
Play like a star on the road.
Consistency, right? That's a big key for him. Three for Perez is a splashdown.
And potent half-court offensive team, but Perez can knock down threes if you give him space.
So can DJ Rodman. That's his 22nd of the year.
Goes in a 2-3 zone. The softest spot is right in the middle, but you've got to be able to put a playmaker in there.
This is Oziah Sellers for two. So
that's a game since those other guys have been out.
He had early foul trouble Wednesday night in Tucson. Another three for Arizona State, and this is Alonzo Gaffney.
The Trojans, you get a foul called on you and you don't like it, be quiet. Let me deal with the refs.
You could see in his reaction as Johnson scores. Turnover theater right here to the corner. Not great spacing. It doesn't matter. Neal buries the jumper.
Their point guard, and if you watch that UCLA game, he was the one that was trying to be the peacemaker.
Iwachukwu for two.
Where they want it at the foul line. It's just a matter of them making plays and being successful from there.
Second chance is good right on the doorstep. Handle taken in by Rodman, who skids into the lane. Nice find. Kobe Johnson the finish.
Timely cutter to the rim. Just has a good feel.
Neal scores. That was.
They're in man-to-man now, so as soon as it went underneath the foul line extended, Jason, they went to man-to-man.
Has five.
ASU does not have a traditional post-up way out. Here's Frank
Collins just crowbarred it away and stuffed it home. Upper respiratory illness. Late shot clock again. Bronny James on the drive, finding his shot, and he cashes in.
Good jump shooter.
Coming off that career-high 30 minutes. Johnson went for the steal. Perez gets a floater out of it. West Virginia in between. Wow. There's a cash in again for Bronny James. And he runs the floor for the slam. Joshua Morgan, a tremendous 94 feet.
Walkers that you will see in the Pac-12. He doesn't score a lot, but he is a good rim-to-rim.
Decided by 3 points or fewer. Sellers got it to the corner, and Rodman for two. Kobe Johnson wanted that step back there. Sellers got by Collins and scores. And why does that matter?
Well, as a shooter, I've already made up my mind before the ball is coming to me, whether or not it's going to go up or not.
Neal with a shimmy. He finds Salabange, who missed again close range. But got it back and ties the game.
Wow.
That was probably the worst pass of the day.
Really? Off the heels of that last one we saw?
I know. It's a little bit of a challenge as Rodman buries his second three of the game.
Or maybe an Oziah Sellers. One of those three has got to go off.
Perez attacking. Salabange's been nasty on the boards. He's got a third chance and a fourth chance on the possession. 14th turnover for USC. Collins will pass fake. Perez the save, and Neal finishes out. And Perez open floor, seeking contact for two. Have a 5-point lead. And a back tap and a steal. Collins looking at Perez. Instead, Miller towing a foul. Heels 2 off his career high, which is also the school record, Frankie Collins. He wanted one there. Instead, Johnson missed at the rim. Iwachukwu tried to stuff it, and his second chance is good over Gaffney.
Pick and roll, because you're reading the defense, and you have to whip a pattern. Nice drive there by Bronny.
Because it would have been very uncomfortable if we're offended by that.
No, I do not take myself that seriously.
Frankie Collins, long range for three.
Arizona State not a big team. And Gaffney's their center at 6'9", 200 pounds, and a shooter.
Would have been a second three. Collins clears the rebound. Knife side through and scores.
In the first early minutes of the second half.
And the length is so apparent. Collins catch and shoot. It's another three for the spark plug for Arizona State. He's got 8 in the second half. It's a really tough pass in tight quarters. Rodman taking his way to the rim. He kind of took off early, but the follow's there for Morgan. A bit. Neal flashing to the foul line. It is Gaffney, and it is 3.
60% of Alonzo Gaffney's total shots are threes. That's what he wants.
2 and a foul for Wright streaking to the rim.
They're breaking the press. 2 passes, the ball barely hits the floor, but 1 time, and kind of a bad foul there by Sean Phillips. So you got to concede that basket. I probably would have bricked it. Yes.
Would you have run up and asked for his autograph? No. Here's Neal. That's a really tough shot.
Twister, with you.
Thank you. Thanks for playing. Johnson gliding into the lane for 2.
To play booty ball. He's so big and got great touch. It didn't work out that time.
That's all of Jalen Pickett's fault. There's 4 in a row for Kobe Johnson. Who's
long contested Jays.
Kobe Johnson sized it up. No good. Offensive rebound for 2 and Morgan. Johnson got by Miller, soaring in. No whistle and a rebound and a hook pass for Miller. Up ahead, Collins and Perez to finish.
Up, trying to deflect passes.
Those hands are down for both guards, and so Miller shoots over it.
And quickly, once the defense kind of sets up.
Ronnie James getting into the lane, bouncing for Johnson, who created contact and 2 points.
In the Pac-12.
A lot of energy being expended either. Perez, though, finds his way to the rim.
Version of the Bruins that won the conference last year.
They love to start time, I think. Noon local today. Perez in the lane again. He's got 2 more. And Kobe Johnson taking matters into his own hand. Ronnie James lost the ball again. Transition for the Sun Devils. Layup for Neal.
One is getting after it on the defensive end, and then they're just getting out and scoring off those, whereas USC's having to manufacture.
A couple nice wins in the non-conference for them, including an SMU victory as that jumper goes.
Probably should start with that. What play, so we're all on the same page here.
It's a Sellers jumper.
Some big-time scorers on the floor. They got some fantastic athletes.
Gaffney. Yes. Frankie Collins nearly had another steal, and now they do. Miller plucks it 3 on 2. Collins swooping in and scoring.
While playing basketball, or shooting a 3 and have to worry about the wind gust. But that wouldn't be cool.
Well, like they had that Iowa game with Caitlin Clark. Great pass from Collins. And a 3 stuck by Gaffney.
He's made has been the right one.
7 assists for Frankie Collins, and that should be 1 as well. He tipped it ahead. Neal, showtime!
Combined in their previous 2 games, Bobby Hurley frustrated in the post-game press conference, and his group has taken out their frustrations on their opponent. They've kept it about basketball, and this is
as well as what coaching means. This is Page. And that's good for 2. Tour of Oregon coming up this week. Their Thursday in Eugene as Iwachuku finishes. Casey, always a pleasure. We say farewell from Tempe, 82-67. Your final score for our producer, Eric Billigmeyer, our director, Mitch Riggin, for Casey Jacobson, our entire wonderful crew. I'm Jason Benetti. Arizona State by 15 with win number 5 in Pac-12 play.